Hey guys, Monday, August 1st, getting ready to close up for the day. Few updates we wanted to go through, just let everybody kind of know where we're at. So let me turn you around here and we'll get you some of the latest and greatest. As everybody probably well knows by now, our electrical stuff has been an absolute nightmare, but we have started. We've started. This is our original service panel. We installed this one, and Dan hooked up ran the lines and the conduit today for the two lathes, I think, and the knee mill too. But this is our 240 panel. You can see another line here coming in. It's just gonna route through the box up into our 480 panel. These for now are going to be powered by transformers. There's one of our transformers, and we ordered a phase converter to run the 240 equipment, which should be here I think the 8th of August. More of our mess. So I don't know how far I've gone to discuss the current condition of our equipment, but I just want to give a quick rundown. This is the American lathe. I'll try to get some video or pictures patched in of how we received it. So here it is. Ignore this, we're considering some alternative tooling. So we decided that we were going to actually take the time while we had downtime, you know, with the electric situation, and really comb through these. We tore everything apart, we cleaned everything, we replaced what needed to be replaced, and we painted what looked bad, and instant equity. So the parts that we have had to acquire, I'm not sure we've had to order anything yet besides with the bandsaw. We did have to order trunnions for the bandsaw, but with the exception of the trunnions for the bandsaw, we just made everything we needed. We had to have a hand wheel for our micro down feed. We needed some handles here for our traverse options. So we made some of those handles. Far cry from what they came in here like. It's amazing when you clean some of the lead screws and other things how much nicer they run. We did get the appropriate switch on this, so now we have the ability to reach past the switch and use the brake as it's intended. We did install a power drawbar, which is pneumatically controlled, and a digital readout for the Z-axis, the quill axis. So this isn't plugged in, or I'd turn it on and give you a show, but it was a lot of work, but it does pay off. The equity and the value of this almost doubled from what we purchased it for, maybe even tripled with this machine. But lately, these have been our workhorses. fact, I just got done using the old Atlas lathe to make this coupling here for, this had a very obscure fine or super fine metric screw, metric thread, and it was not something we had the capacity to make. So, I'm sorry, the capacity to buy immediately a new handle. So I just turned and tapped the handle to a imperial size, and then made a little bushing that converted the imperial thread to the metric thread. So we'll go back behind the machines here and take a look at how Dan run the conduit here. Here's the there's a disconnect for each machine, and then this one just has the wires, you know, it goes in the machine, it's all hooked up, but it needs to be routed across the floor properly and safely up the wall here. Similar to these here, this one comes up to a disconnect on the CNC lathe here, and then it drops down underneath. And runs up into the control, or the electrical panel there. Same here. Looks like Dan needs to button that down, but this runs up into the disconnect. And then this one, luckily the disconnect is directly, it goes directly into the machine. A little less wire routing there, makes it a little bit easier. We also took the time to clean up the lathe chucks that we have. So they are all operating correctly. All of the grime and grit and nasty is off of them. They all turn freely and properly. Not sure if I reviewed this last time or not, but we did have this grinder table set up, so we just run some electric to it. Just routed an extension cord underneath a mat. Been working on the bandsaw. These are a couple pulleys we were considering. This was not intended for cutting metal. It was intended for cutting wood, so we have to slow the speed way down so that it is appropriate. We did get a metal cutting blade, but it runs just way too fast to burn that blade up. So this is the configuration now. We're just going to probably end up making a pulley that's a bit smaller than this one here, and we'll probably end up using this pulley here, this really large one, for the drive pulley. So tiny little motor pulley and big drive pulley to slow it down. Also made a table insert, but this is not cutting metal currently, so we can't cut the blade slot into it. For now, we've been using this old beast right here, this little lady. She's been very good to us. What else is notable? Got a clock, Amazon days. My current project is to run through all of our tooling that we acquired through the auction. We got quite a bit of indexable tooling. I mean a lot, I mean a whole lot. More than we'll ever need probably. So the idea is we'll go through this and figure out exactly what we're going to use for standard turning tools. Make sure we have the appropriate inserts for them. We didn't get nearly as many inserts as we got tools, as you can see. So then we'll be going through all of our brazed carbide. Leave that out. That's our the CNC machine. It runs off of a floppy disk. I know that is really disheartening. Floppy disk. So we're not going to deal with floppy disks out here. Just not going to happen. There's an RS-232 COM port, also known as a serial port, right here. It's accessible through our electrical panel right here, and we can remove this and put in a device we bought that is called a DNC something or other. But basically it just allows, it converts that serial port to connect to Wi-Fi, and it allows us to run our programs through the network to the machine instead of a floppy drive. A floppy drive. Guys, look at this, a floppy drive. What else? I think that's just about it and where we're at. We had communication with the quality department in Painted Post recently to discuss potentially going out there on a training or consultation contract. We did discuss with them a little bit further about that. They weren't 100% happy with our quote, so we're going to talk through what the options are and see what we can do. Got a little bit more decor here on the walls. And hopefully we can make something happen. We also started logging our tools into our tool database so that we can start getting them out to get the ones that are required to be calibrated. And yeah, I think that's it. These things are still for sale, guys. We're going to change listings. Clearly our prices are too high, or I don't know, people don't want to buy all this extra stuff with the machines. So we're going to break these down, lower the prices. If anybody's interested in these things, let us know. Kind of at a point with the Atlas lathe, though, that we will likely hang on to it until we get the other lathes running, because we do need to have turning capacity to some extent here. And I think that's it. So we're closing up shop. So, appreciate all the support from you guys. Thanks for watching this stuff. Dan is on my ass every day. Hey, make a YouTube video. So, I mean every day. Every single day he is. So, I know some people really like watching it, and some people are kind of tracking us and our progress on here. So, we're going to continue. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll keep you posted as things, new things come about. I think we have our light renovation, our new lights going up soon too. Pretty sure it's in the next couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll get some footage of the tear down and the install. And I guess that's it. All right, c'est la vie. We'll be back.